Hi everybody. This is Rich Teresa with One Inspiring Woman. I am here to go live, and now my shirt's all freaking out on me. Okay, so I am here to go live. This is Monday, September 24th, 2018, and I've got some amazing information for you. I know that our moon just went into our full moon last night, and so there's a lot of things that are going on. I always tell people full moons are really amazing for us. They allow us to kind of lift off, and I almost say it's kind of like God's trash can asking you, what would you like to put in here? But it's more of an energetic thing. It's not a true trash can of like, here's my trash and this is dog playing. But it's more like, what energy is no longer servicing you? What energy is no longer helping you in your life? What energy isn't working for you anymore? And that could be things that you learned as a child, to be afraid to walk across the street or to talk to a stranger. And now as an adult, that no longer services you in what you're doing in your life. And it may be even inhibiting you if you're afraid to talk to a stranger and you're in sales. Everybody's a stranger at some point. So it's that's one of those things that's really important for us to understand is, what energy is no longer servicing us. As a child, it was important for our parents to teach us not to talk to strangers or not to cross the street because we might live in front of a big street or a very busy road. But there were other things that we learned. One of the things that I will tell you that most of my clients have learned at some point is money is dirty. When you're a child and you pick up something, and you literally, as a child, we'd put everything into our mouths. So that quarter, nickel, dime, penny, whatever it is, dollar bills, go, I want to put it in my mouth. I want to taste it. I want to see what it feels like. All of those things. And then we're told when they take it away from us, that's nasty. That's dirty. That's gross. And so it's one of those, it's like, wait, but you go to work for money, but money's nasty and gross and dirty? I don't get that. I don't understand that. So those are some of the ideas that we can let go of. And if you don't let go of those at some point and realize that money is not all of those things, it can have some of those things. You can always wash money. You can always, rinse it off or whatever else. But I will tell you though, part of that is then as an adult, it's one of those, we want to be wealthy. We want to be rich. We don't have to worry about paying our bills. Well, on top of that, but if we feel like this, on one hand, basically, money is nasty and dirty and gross, but on the other hand, we want it. We want a whole bunch of it. So where are we going with this? It's hard to marry those because they're so far apart. It's nasty, it's dirty, it's gross, and then it's what we want, what we crave, what's going to make our family feel secure. How are we going to put those two together? And that's the problem with a lot of this, is that this money idea doesn't service us any longer, and that's something that we can release to our full moon and go, I am now choosing to believe that my money supports me, my money works for me, my money works hard, my money is very important to me. All of those things that are really, really important for all of us to understand. And I just froze out. Let me see if I can fix this. So I'm going to have to end this for a second, and then I'm going to have to come back in. Okay, did that work? No, that did not work. So let me pause and end the Facebook Live for just a few minutes. And I know on the extended video, this doesn't sound, it sounds really weird, but this is what's happening on Facebook for me. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit live again. We're going to restart the video and go from here. So didn't help either. Okay, So this is a very interesting information that my computer just shut out completely. This is funny. This is crazy weird. So I should be on Facebook Live. I am on Facebook Live, but I don't have any video at all. So that is really just an interesting phenomenon. This is kind of the devil doing the dance in your stuff. That's really what this is all about. And he does some amazing dances in our stuff at times. Let's see if I can go live again. So, hi Facebook Live, I'm back. I know I'm having some technical issues and everything else, but what I was trying to tell the people on Facebook, because they're going to, on YouTube Live, where I'm going to post this video in a little bit. One of the things I want you to understand is this is kind of what the devil does in our stuff. The devil dances whenever we're going to make major changes, and so that may be some of y'all that are viewing it live, and it could be some that are viewing it later on and going, wow, this has been my issue from the beginning, is that I have this fear of money. And it's one of those, especially this amplifies if you had someone who, a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle that was very, very wealthy, and you saw them as, you know, not being very nice, or your parents saw them and not being very nice, and that's what you grew up. It's like, so it's like, this person isn't very nice, yet I want to be like him. I want to be wealthy like him. So that kind of also adds to that dichotomy. That's one of the issues that we end up having problems with when we're older, going, well, I want to be wealthy, yet wealthy people are not nice, or they don't give the way other people do, or they're not as, you know, I'm saying, whatever it is, humble as other people. And it's one of those, and it's because of our family dynamics, or someone that we knew in our family, or family friend that was very, very wealthy, that didn't seem like they had the time of day for anybody else. So it's one of those, so however we saw them as a child or as younger, it's one of those, that way we saw them will affect us the rest of our lives unless we choose to let it go. And that's one of the great things about our full moon, is that we can let this stuff just go and go, I'm choosing to see money as just a value. Money is just a way we deal with our life. If we are going to buy something in our world, that's how we exchange energy. Money is only an exchange of energy. So you could say, go to, you know, an old-fashioned grocery store, not one today, and you said, I would like a loaf of bread. In exchange, I'll sweep the floor. Boom. Now we have an exchange of energy. You could also do it for your friends. I do this a lot with several clients of mine, and I have over the years, that they will provide a service to me. So maybe I have an advertising friend who does a lot of advertising, and so she helps me with my website and kind of looking at that over from time to time. And then in exchange, I will gift her a reading. So it's one of those, so even though we're gifting each other things, it's one of those, we've decided that that's our balance, and we've decided that. I also have a massage therapist that I've done readings for, and so sometimes instead of paying for a massage therapy, I'll gift her a private reading. So that's an exchange also. So money isn't always everything that we have to do. There are friends that are like, hey, if you help me put this, you know, basketball hoop up in my yard, I'll help you plant your plants in your front yard. So now we're energetically using that without using money. So we can do things without money, but sometimes, like when we're dealing with large corporations or other people, we do need an exchange of money. I'm going to buy your service, and the balance of that is to give your service. So I'm going to give the plumber $100, and he's going to come over and fix something for me. So now I have an exchange, or an electrician. But that's what I want you to understand is, Money is just an exchange of energy. That's all it has ever been. It's always been an exchange of energy. So understand that. And you can do it, you can do things without that exchange of energy of just money, but you can do it, you're always exchanging energy. It's one of those husbands and wives do that all the time. Last night I was washing the dishes and my husband decided to take out the trash. So I didn't have to stop washing the dishes, and yet he took out the trash. So it's one of those, that was our exchange of energy. And we are both equal in what we did in our work, but it's one of those, there wasn't any money given or taken at that point. So I want you to understand, money is something that people get hung up on all the time. And this is usually why. This is why it's one of those, oh, I so wish people could get this message, is that money is what holds us up. Money is what holds us back so many times, is because of our thoughts about money. It's our thinking about money, not anything that we've done or anything else. It's usually those embedded thoughts from our childhood about money, that it's dirty, it's nasty, it's gross, it's, you know what I'm saying, there could be poop on it or whatever things people have told you over the years. That's what I want you to understand, is money is an exchange of energy, and you can live without money. End of story. That's the way it goes. So I just wanted y'all to understand that today. I know probably because I popped on and popped off, it's really hard for people to find where I'm at. So I want y'all to understand that it's really important to listen to this message later on. And I will post this to Facebook through my YouTube channel, so that will be kind of going in that direction. So I do have some other information for you. I have officially canceled my trip to Dallas. There was several conflicts of calendars. At the time, I had a couple of people that were going to host me, but I have a couple of conflicts in there, so that's not going to quite work out. I am going to be in Phoenix, not Phoenix. I so apologize, my Mesa friends. Mesa, Arizona, and I'm going to be in Mesa, Arizona, October 3rd through October 9th, and I'll be doing group and private readings during that time frame. And then I'll get back and I will be in Austin, Texas, and I will probably be more in the Lakeway area is what it looks like right now. I have a lot more clients that are pushing out that direction, so they want me to kind of be towards them. And so I do have some clients and some friends that go to University of Texas, and so they may be joining us too. So that'll be a really great event in Austin. It'll be my first time to do a live event in Austin. I've done private readings out of Austin. I've just never done a live event in Austin, so I'm really excited about that. One of the things I was going to share with you, I have several clients that were kind of asking for more information of September, especially this end part of September, because there's a lot of things that are shifting and changing. So I've got my angel cards. This is my favorite deck. This is Healing with the Angels Oracle cards, and this is with Doreen Virtue. It's one of those. So I'm going to pull this card. This is the card that pulled out to me, and this is called intention. So I will tell you that what you intend to happen is usually what's going to happen. The thing is, though, the devil does his dance in there, just like in the money. The devil does his dance in our intentions, and so as part of that, what happens is, what do we intend to happen? Not every second of every day do we need to go, oh my gosh, what do I intend for the next 5 seconds or the next 10 seconds or 20 seconds or next minute? It's one of those, what do I intend for this day? In the morning, that's what you should be asking yourself, is what am I intending for today? What would I like to accomplish today? What would I like to mark off that to-do calendar and go, I've done this. What would I like to do that with? It's one of those, what would we like to say that we accomplished this week? What would we like to say that we accomplished this month? So thinking about that, and this is a really good time because we're at the end of the month, of the end of September. This is the 24th. We have a few more days. So kind of what is your intentions for October? What are your intentions for November and December and the end of this year? So you can do it for each day. You can do it for every week. You can do it for every month. And then you can also do it for the whole year. So kind of it's one of those, you want to be clear about what you do want, but you don't want to be so specific about every detail about it that it's like, oh, at 11:42, this person shows up at my house. Well, that doesn't always work. But it's one of those intending like, hey, I'm going to have so many clients. I'm going to have so many new prospects, or what am I gonna work towards? I'm gonna work towards giving out my business card to 5 people today. I'm gonna work on passing out my brochure or putting my brochure in 2 different stores or 2 different establishments. What am I going to do to push my business today? What am I going to do to push this energy that's so important for me? How am I going to resonate this with my business? So understanding that from the beginning makes your whole month, your whole week, and this is a really good time. Monday is the beginning of the week. It's one of those, what do you intend for this week? What are your goals? What are you going to plan to do? So writing those out and putting those down and setting those intentions early and then moving towards it. So it's one of those, I'm not hiding from everybody. Someone has found me on Facebook Live. So if you have any questions, make sure you post them. Let's see, I'm trying to just like that. Okay, so what are some of the things that you would intend not only for your day, not only for your week, not only for your month, the rest of this year? You still have October, November. You have three months. What would you like to accomplish during this time frame? What would you like to see yourself accomplish during this time frame? So, great. Then you can start thinking about, once you kind of get that done for the end of the year, kind of what would you like to see happen 2019? What are your intentions about 2019? What kind of year is it going to be? What are you going to accomplish? One of the things I do help a lot of clients with is kind of setting their goals for the new year. And I've got a class, Psychic 101, and we're going to do the second half of 101 because we're doing a 2-weekend split. I will be teaching another 101 in October, and that will be 6 nights, 2 hours a night, and it will start, I know it'll be starting on a Thursday, but we're going to do Tuesday. We're going to do Tuesday, Thursday, all through October, just because of my traveling schedule. So, and I have a couple of clients that are already ready for that one to start. But what I want you to understand is, what are your intentions? What are you intending for the rest of your life? It's one of those, what would you like to say you did? And not just waiting. It's one of those, that country western song is kind of like, live like you're dying. It's one of those, it kind of is in a way. What would you like to accomplish if this is your life and this is all you get is today or tomorrow or next week or next month or just 2018, that's all you get? What would you like to intend? What are your intentions for this time frame? What would you like to get out of this? What would you like to add to this information? What would you like to do? Where would you like to go in this information? So that's something really, really important for us to understand, is this energy is amazing right now. I know this is going to kind of sound weird and everything else. 2018 is an 11 year. When you add it up, it turns into 11. And so it's kind of like, I always think of it as like, a door. What would you like to step into? So your intentions are even more powerful because the energy of 2018. What would you like to accomplish? What would you like to say that you've done in this time frame? So that's something that's really important for us to understand, but it's one of those that's really important for us to get that information and to understand that this information is absolutely amazing. And it's one of those, what would you like to step into and what are your intentions for the rest of your week, month, and year? So, and then working on 2019, what would you like to accomplish and what would you like to do and how would you like to do this and make this happen? So that's something that's very, very important for us to understand. Let's see, we've got less than a minute left. So does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want me to answer anything for them? I referred a few people over here that I get asked this a lot, to do free readings for people. If you are interested in getting a free reading at some point, what you need to do is, I will have my information on the side here in just a few minutes. My website is oneinspiringwoman.com, and you can go down, and on the first page, all the way at the very bottom, there'll be a place for you to sign up for my newsletter. I gift about 4 private readings, free private readings every month. And then I'm here on Facebook Live every Monday morning from 10 to 10:20. And I've been asked by several people to continue doing this, so I hope there's a lot more people that join us. I also, like I said, I'll be in Mesa, Arizona, October 3rd through the 9th, and then I'll be in Austin, Texas, November 3rd, and I'll be doing a couple of private readings prior, and then I'll do a group reading, and we're still negotiating. I think it's going to look like it's going to be the Drury Inn, or it could be the Hampton Inn in Lakeway, but it's really close to Austin. It's kind of like a suburb. So if you have any questions, we have just a couple of seconds left. If you have any questions left, please post them. If not, wait until next week, or you can sign up, like I said, for my newsletter, and that's always a great way to connect with me. I am working on my newsletter for 2018 in October, so October also has some really good, amazing energy, so I'm going to work on that this week, and I usually try to mail it on the 1st. If not the 1st, I usually do it on the 2nd. So I really try to get that really out. And if you have any anything you would like to do. I have not been to Nashville, but I am not opposed to traveling. I often tell people, don't invite me unless you really want me to come. So I will, if you have a group reading, I will make it happen. That's one of the ways I got started out in Arizona. I had a friend of mine that I went to high school with, and she had moved out to Mesa, Arizona, and she was married and had a couple of kids and had a great life. And we had been talking, and her brother-in-law had passed, and so we were talking about that, and she was like, oh my gosh, Ruth, I'd love for you to come out here. And I'm like, well, I can go to Mesa, Arizona. So that's not a problem. I can do that. Same thing with Nashville, Tennessee. I can go. If you have a group reading, you want to put a group reading together for me, I can do that, and we can talk and negotiate that, however that works for us together. It's one of those, I do have some other clients in the Nashville area, kind of northern Arkansas kind of area. So I do have several clients out in that area that might be interested to join us on that event. So it wouldn't be just you doing all of the hosting. It would be, I would be working on that and then putting things out there on Facebook and see what kind of group that we can pull together. So the answer is maybe. Let me know what works for you and everything else. But I love to travel. I love to go different places. It's one of those, like I said, don't invite me if you don't want me to show up, because I will show up anywhere at any time. I love to travel, and I love to travel and do my business at the same time. To me, that's like a win-win situation. So thank you, Henia, for your message and everything else. You can always private message me through my Facebook page, and we can communicate and talk about that. But I thank y'all so much. Y'all have an amazing September 24th, 2018, and I hope you get a chance to put some of these ideas and thoughts together. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.